All right, folks, we are coming at you with Sly Fox Performance DrifterCross live from Buffalo Chip for the 84th annual Sturgis Bike Rally. They've been happy to set us up here. We've got a great little course. We got a lot of riders out here throwing it down. We're going to line this fence with people. These bikes get up on the limiters. These tires start spinning and smoking. I guarantee you we're going to pack that fence out there. This is the action these people want to see out here in Sturgis at the Buffalo Chip. Coming at you to kick off the action, we got Jesse Ryan coming at us on this big bad Dyna all the way out of Canada. No stranger to DrifterCross, Harley stunts. Even threw down on a Buell yesterday. A little something different out here. Jesse's joined us at a couple of different DrifterCross events now. He's won one of these before. Looking to double down tonight. Jesse with a good hole shot launch. Sets himself up for the first obstacle out here. Brake is locked. Right-handed slide around obstacle number 2. Jesse is on a run here. Beautifully executed right-hander. Out back around the Sly Fox pylon. Locks that brake. Sets himself up for a left. Brings it around on the horsepower for the straightaway. Coming through here, Jesse Ryan. Looking real good out here today. Right here.
I want to fuck up the timing.
Eddie.
I have not had the time. Here.
All right, I'm here with Jesse Ryan, one of our DrifterCross competitors, coming off of a lap right there. Jesse, how you feeling about today?
Not too bad. It's hot as hell out here, so just trying to stay cool.
All right, on the line right now, we got Sean Miller coming all the way out of Canada. Gets himself all set up. Sean out here on a Sportster, little lightweight bike, gonna throw it around for you folks. Obstacle number 1, that left-hander, got that brake locked way up, coming into obstacle 2 for that right-hander. Sean is on the throttle, off the clutch, spinning tire the whole way through this run. Sean looking like he's got something to prove. He said, hey, Jesse can come out here from Canada and run good. I can too. Watch this. Throwing down on the Sportster, grabbing gears, sliding right through there. All right, folks, we're sitting here with Sean Miller, just coming off of a nice, clean run out there. Sean, that looked real good. How you feeling about this course this weekend?
Yeah, it's awesome. I was this is like my first couple laps here, and yeah, it's a little tight, but I'm getting used to it now. It's awesome.
Awesome. Happy to hear that. Glad to have you out here. I know we've had you out to DrifterCross before in Daytona. How do you think about the ever-changing course of DrifterCross? How is it to come out and adapt to something like that?
Yeah, like Jesse said, I raced motocross my whole life too, so it's cool to have little adaptations. And, you know, you got to work it out, work the kinks out, but get some laps in, be consistent, and have fun.
Awesome. So cool to see these guys growing up on moto, coming out here, getting onto Harleys and changing up the game, seeing what they can do. Obviously, you're not drifting a dirt bike around too much, but seems like a natural fit to bump onto the Harley. Sean, good luck to you. Happy to have you out here.
Thank you, guys, and thank everyone for coming.
Thank you all out here at Buffalo Chip Sturgis Bike Rally. Rusty Carvalho out here now on the Dyna, that beautiful red bike. Rusty's been playing with this thing all weekend, making some tweaks here and there to the bike himself, the riding. The heat was throwing a serious curveball to a lot of our riders yesterday. We saw guys fighting with vapor lock on bikes and just straight up exhaustion from that sun yesterday. Today we got a little bit of cloud coverage. Things are looking good. Rusty's feeling a groove right here. He's on that thing. All up on the limiter coming through there. Rusty Carvalho looking real good out here today. That was a 29.143 for Rusty. 29.143. All right, Rusty, if I'm not mistaken, first-time competitor out here at DrifterCross, is that right?
Yeah, man, first time out here.
What do you think of it?
It's having a lot of fun. Track's tight and technical, but getting it figured out and having a blast.
Happy to have you out here. Where are you from, Rusty?
St. Pete, Florida.
Oh, man, all the way from Florida out here in Sturgis. Decided to bring a gorgeous dyno our way and pound on it out here for the people at DrifterCross. Happy to have you. Anybody you want to thank, help get you out here?
Big thanks to Suspension Technologies, a bunch of other guys. My bike got sent out here with a blown transmission, and last minute put a transmission in it yesterday morning and just barely made practice, so here we are.
Fixes the thing up just to come out and thrash on it. Rusty, you're our kind of guy. Thanks for coming out. Happy to have you. On the course now, we got Cyrus Diaz all the way out of California on the Pink Pig Dyna out here ripping it up. Cyrus, a veteran of DrifterCross, loves these tight technical courses. Not a big fan of when we get them stretched out some straightaways. Cyrus says, nah, let me play. I want to throw this thing around all over the place. Grabbing gears on the limiter. Cyrus Diaz throwing down out here. The Pink Pig is flying. With a 28.015 for Cyrus Diaz. 28.015. Cyrus, another DrifterCross, another showing from Cyrus. How you feeling today, buddy?
Pretty good. Tired. It's been a rough couple days.
Been a rough, hot couple days. How's the bike holding up for you? We've seen you thrash this thing all over the country. I've seen you had to throw transmissions in it before. Seen this thing barely running, but somehow still puts on a show. How's it doing this weekend?
She's ripping. Just once it gets hot, starts slowing down a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough fighting this weather with these air-cooled motors, but we're happy to have you out here this weekend, Cyrus. Thanks for coming out and putting on a show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, on the course now, looks like we got Brandon Woodhead out here on the Dyna. Brandon Woodhead, I believe he's a first-timer out here in this. Obviously a skilled rider, first time joining us for DrifterCross out here. Nice sounding bike right there on that hole shot. Gets himself set for that left right there. Has to work it around a little bit. All over that rev limiter as he comes through. Brandon Woodhead. All right, sitting here with Brandon Woodhead, coming fresh off of a run out here at DrifterCross Buffalo Chip. Brandon, what do you think of this? First time out here competing with us. How you liking it? How's the bike doing?
Yeah, you know, it's definitely a lot tougher than it looks. Definitely finds all the holes in your stunt riding abilities and your bike riding abilities, but we'll work through it and hope to put on a good time today.
Hey, we're having a blast watching you. As I was telling the crowd, each time you guys make a run, you guys think of a little something you can do different, find a little bit more, try to chip away at that time. I'm sure you got some ideas moving forward. We've seen some progress from you already. Happy to have you out here with us, Brandon.
Yeah, thank you guys.
On the course now, rocking the little Sportster out of California, we got Brennan Baptista. Listen to that thing sing. Chops the throttle to get himself set up for the obstacle number 3 out there. Slides his way on out back to that Sly Fox pylon. Little smoke show for you folks out there on the fence as he makes his way around. Beautiful left-hander with a little foot drag there. All right, folks, I'm here with Brennan Baptista. We just saw him out there throw down on this Sportster all the way from California. Brennan, no rookie to this at all. He's come out and competed with us before. Brennan, how you feeling this weekend?
Feel good, having fun, happy to be here.
Yeah. Yep, and I know it was quite a trip for you. You brought both your bikes out here. What do you think about this course this weekend?
I like it. Technical, has a good flow. I definitely like it when they're a little bigger. Get to back it in and go fast, but this is definitely fun. You got to have your flow and your game on, you know.
It's a really technical course we got out here. If you got holes in your game, it's going to show it off like we've seen out here today. Brennan, we're happy to have you out here. Looking forward to some more riding from you. Where can these people keep an eye on you?
Brennan Baptista on Instagram. Thank you to MB Legal, Craze Motorsports, Sly Fox, the DrifterCross crew. Thanks to everybody.
Hey, we're happy to have you out here with us again, Brennan. Have a good, safe time out there. Chase Smith on the course now, that FXR out there screaming for you. Great looking bike, clean ride right there. Winging that leg out there, gets himself set for that left-hander, dragging that foot out behind him right there. A little choppy coming in, but he makes a clean execution of that right out back. Sets himself up, he is winging around this thing. We have seen some great times from Chase today. Chase coming through under power, letting the bike eat, laying into that thing right there. And that right there was our new fastest time with a 26.483 for Chase. 26.483. All right, I'm here with Chase Smith. Chase, you came out and you partied with us out in Hastings, Nebraska, and got a chance to ride a little bit of DrifterCross. What do you think of our course out here? And not to mention, dude, you just laid down our fastest time of the day right now with a 26.483, so great work on that. How you feeling out here?
You know, I'm feeling good. I like these tight technical courses. With the FXR, it works pretty well on them.
Yeah, it seems to showcase your style of riding really well. I mean, you're throwing legs out there, looking all wild out there, and nailing just about every obstacle perfectly. We've seen you clean up a few things, but, man, all in all, looking really good. Anybody you want to give a shout-out to where these people can keep an eye on you and who helped you get here?
Yeah, my girlfriend, Kara Benson, and I want to thank Bailey Irwin for helping me with the twin cam swap on this, and then also Mark Schomseth for helping me with the paint.
Cool. You got an Instagram or anything you want these folks to follow along?
Yeah, Chase Exotic.
Chase Exotic on Instagram. All right, Chase. Have a good weekend, buddy. Happy to have you out here. Chase getting some love out there on the fence. Throws the lid back on. Gabe Scott right now on the big bad bagger. The lone bagger out here. The Road King getting tossed around like it might be a Dyna. Listen to that thing screaming at you. Got that thing sliding nice and clean on that left right there. Sends it out back. Brake is locked. RPM up. Clutch pops. Sliding that thing around. Gabe looking real clean. We saw Gabe take home a podium finish last weekend out in Mid-Ohio. That big bagger pulled a second place in a whole field of Dynas, and he said, you know what? The Road King can play too. I'm here. All right, I'm here with Gabe Scott coming off a run out here at Sly Fox Performance Drifter Cross. Gabe, the lone bagger out here, didn't bother you one bit last weekend when we saw a second place finish from you. How you feel about the course? A lot different than what we saw last weekend.
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's a lot more technical, but it's still got a good flow to it. And just trying to, keep the flow going.
It's got to be a challenge throwing around a big touring bike out here compared to a field of dynas and whatnot like we've seen. But, man, you are making it look like it's just another day.
We're trying. It'd be cool to see more baggers come out and trying to lead that way.
Absolutely. Gabe, where can the folks at home follow along with you?
Scotty_slides on Instagram.
Scotty_slides. Go give him a like, give him a follow. Get on board with this guy. A lot of action to watch coming at you on the Sly King, Road King. Gabe, have a good weekend, buddy. Happy to see you. On the course now, we got Corey Tasinski throwing down on the Dyna. Last week's champion had the honors of being our first ever AMA Drifter Cross champion out in Mid-Ohio. Corey's coming out here making a statement with some crazy good riding. This dude rides all over the place. This is his favorite bike. This is the main one for him right here. Last week we saw him on a borrowed bike that him and a buddy built. Corey out here throwing down with us. .26.3 for Corey right there. 26.3. Corey, another weekend, another Drifter Cross, another Corey. You just set the fastest time of the day right there with a 26.350. How you feeling?
I'm warming up.
You're warming up. You're looking to chop more out of this. I know how you roll.
Yeah, I am. Bike's feeling pretty good now. Thanks to Crew Seat getting me a sprocket for this thing. Thanks to Progressive Suspension for throwing shocks on this thing earlier this morning. Or else this thing would be bogging out like a, so.
And hey, man, you got to give a shout out to yourself too. Specific Suspensions up here in the front of this thing. I know that's your deal. You're the guy at home throwing that together. As we saw last weekend, man, it's handling real good compared to some of these bikes. You got all kinds of crazy riding in action. Where can the folks at home follow along with you?
Tasinski512 on Instagram and Corey Tasinski on YouTube.
There you go, folks. Go give him a follow. Check out Specific Suspensions while you're at it, too. Corey knows his way around the front end of these things, knows how to make them handle like you need them to. All right, Chandler Olson coming back at us now on one wild paint scheme. That Dyna is looking crazy out here, man. Chandler's been trying to work the bugs out of it. Misses that mark just a little bit right there. Saw him playing with the bike on our 10-minute cool down, fighting through some issues here, seeing what he can put together. But man, look at the paint on that thing. If nothing else, it is one gorgeous bike. And there you get a chance to hear it barking and doing its thing. All right, I'm here with Chandler Olson out here. First timer at Drifter Cross, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Chandler, it's a wild looking Dyna you got here, man. This thing is nuts. What do you think of this whole deal?
It's awesome. It's the first time I've ever done it. Having some difficulties with the rear end, but so fun to be here. Thanks for having us.
I was telling these folks, you guys chase bike setup all weekend long, trying to get these things dialed in, and if there's a hole in your game, this course is going to show it. If the bike's not ready for something, the course is going to show it off. I've seen you making some adjustments. We're hoping to see you get her figured out and come on out. Anybody you got to thank for getting you out here?
Yeah, so my team back in Salt Lake City, Utah, Hive Crew, Spin the Block, one of my sponsors, and then everybody who supports me.
Awesome. And where can these folks at home follow along?
On Instagram, it's Chandlebars with a Z.
Chandlebars with a Z out here on a gorgeous looking Dyna. Chandler, good luck this weekend. Stoked to have you, buddy.
Thanks, man.
And that is going to wrap up our first little round here at qualifying. Sitting on top of the heap right now, we've got Corey Tasinski. with a 26.350. Sitting in second place, we've got Chase Smith with a 26.483. And currently our third place rider is that great big bagger, Gabe Scott, with a 27.056. That's our top three right now. Here we see Jesse Ryan back out on the course, all the way out of Canada, riding with the Concrete Cowboys here in the States. Some of those guys out here, I'm sure you all know them. Give them a shout. Jesse missing an obstacle. That's a rare sight for Jesse. One thing you can count on, Jesse will entertain you. Yeah, you might have missed a mark out there, but he said, you know what, the fans are out here to watch, and I'm going to give them something to see. What do you guys think of that action right there? Getting some love for the Canadian out here. All right, Canada tag team back again. Sean Miller out here from Canada as well. Vanishing One's crew, well represented. Nice clean launch on the Sportster. Sets himself up. Oh man, the bike hooked. Sent him going all over the place. Sean ditches that one. One more. Sean. Hey, Sean. Sean. We're going to cut this? He didn't go through. Yeah, come through. All right, coming back at us on the line now, getting ready to rip. We got Rusty Carvalho coming back at us. This beautiful deep red Dyna. Tire smoke on the launch. Brake lock sliding into obstacle number one with that left-hander. Shoots his way around it nice and quick. Off of that second obstacle, the first right-hander on the course. Another left foot dragging out back, tire spinning. Little bit too much hook out there for him. He wanted to slide that, the bike grabbed. Rusty sliding off of it. Put your hands together for Rusty, folks. Nothing easy about this out here thrashing these bikes, the beating they take throughout the weekend. I don't think there's anybody out there that wants to just toss their bike down like that. Rusty throws it around like it's nothing. He says, I'll jump back on, ride the thing around some more. On the course now, Cyrus Diaz, the 777 machine, all the way out of California. Dyna Dick Steele's coming out and helping him. Cyrus loves these tight technical courses. Makes just one little hang up there, but made it look so good you couldn't even tell. Throwing himself back around, coming out in the slide box corner there. Oh man, she's starting to bite for him. This track is ever changing. The more rubber that gets down, a rubber tire bites on rubber. If you've ever been to a drag strip and seen them prep when they drag it with rubber, think of that out here, but now you've got to try and slide a Harley Davidson around it. Brandon Woodhead on the line again, first time competitor this weekend. Listen to that thing singing. All over that limiter. A Grom trying to give him some action out there. Brandon Woodhead comes in a little wide for that. Makes the dust of it. Slides that thing out again. Pulls it together right there. Smoke show coming out of the obstacle for you. He said, hey, I wasn't happy with it, but here's a show for you folks. Brennan Baptista back out here on the course, the little Sportster, all the way out of California. Sliding his way around this thing, gives her a little more right there, lays into the horsepower on it. Throwing himself up on that tank to get that tire, keeping it broke loose, swinging his way around. Straight launch on the horsepower for Brennan Baptista. .209 for Brandon. 29.209. Chase Smith on the line, currently sitting second place. Looking to improve on that. He is right on Corey Tasinski's heels. This is Chase's type of riding this tight technical stuff. That twin cam FXR coming out here giving people a run for their money. Sitting confidently in second place. Locks it up, throws it around out there. Nice, beautiful left-handed slide. Keeping that left foot dragging behind. Swings it around out there by our Black Widow Investigation banners, that sponsor. Coming on board. If you have the unfortunate mishap and circumstance of having a motorcycle accident, Black Widow Investigations is out here to help you out with your case. Check them out, give them a look. Black Widow Investigations. Every motorcycle enthusiast needs a black t-shirt, needs a nice flannel. The best place to get one of those, straight out that way. Mint Speed Shop's got you set up to the right of the bar. Go check out Mint Speed Shop. Tell Frank we sent you. Got all kinds of merchandise over there from Sly Fox, Bagger Racing League. Got DrifterCross merch going on over there and some of the best flannels you could ever throw on. Mint Speed Shop. On the course now, we got Gabe Scott sitting out there on that Road King, sliding that thing around, getting some help from Sly Fox Performance, rocking some floorboards, risers, handlebars, and I'm sure if we took a deeper look, we got more goodies on that thing. You folks at home think you want to set a bike up, come out and party like this, give Sly Fox Performance a look. They got all kinds of parts to set you up, get you stunting the way you ought to be. Gabe Scott taking advantage of it, and it has paid off handsomely. Back on the line, currently sitting number one, but not even over the moon with that. He wants to do even better. Corey Tasinski looking to make a statement here. Corey with a nice drag race style launch. New set of shocks, new tire on the bike for today. Corey out here throwing down on this thing. Making it look like a cakewalk. Keeps that tire spinning and smoking out there. Corey Tasinski giving this thing hell. This twin cam Dyna out here taking all the abuse. Corey's got a ton of time prepping this machine. Beautiful run for Corey Tasinski. Corey Tasinski resets his number one time. He goes 25.409 to reset first place. Corey Tasinski with a 25.409. I promise you people, the longer the day goes on, these guys are going to keep on chipping away at it. Corey Tasinski has proven that. We got Chandler back out here on that gorgeous Dyna coming at us from the Hive crew. Said he's been fighting some issues on it. See if he can get this thing together. Just keeps on wanting to stick for him. Chandler not giving up on it. Wants to get all the practice and that he can, learn every single thing he can and keep on trying. Chandler letting you hear it. Let's hear it for Chandler. If you folks are big fans of the Harley-Davidson performance world, you've got to check out one of our sponsors, the Bagger Racing League. Bagger Racing League, you check them things out. They got Harley-Davidson road glides, street glides, touring bikes setting way up in the air, making crazy horsepower out there road racing them things. It's absolutely nuts to go see. We've got a current AMA champion in the crowd right now. Cody Gilmore, I see him down there, just took home first place last weekend racing them things. Jesse Ryan on the course now. Jesse Ryan laying down a nice clean run. Look at that, just about scraping a foot peg coming in on that one. Jesse laying the bike way down, dragging that foot all on the horsepower, grabbing gears, front tire just dancing with the pavement. Nice run for Jesse Ryan. Jesse Ryan puts himself in second place with that run, 25.519, sitting right behind Corey Tasinski's 25.409. Bumping Chase Smith to third place right now. Sean Miller on the line next with the Sportster. Sean on a clean rip here. Beautiful launch, makes his way into obstacle number 2. Brake is locked up to initiate that drift. Then it's just on the throttle, laying into it. Body position coming into play. Out back in that Black Widow corner on the Sly Fox pylon. Sets himself up. Beautiful left-hander right there by Sean. Front tire coming up off the ground. Sean Miller sends it through on the Sportster. 28.117 right there for Sean on that one. 28.117. Rusty Carvalho with a big hard launch on that dyno right there. Getting out of the hole as aggressive as he possibly can to get a straight shot into obstacle number 1. Rusty rolls it into obstacle 3. That left-handed drift right there. Dragging that foot out behind him on the horsepower, smoking that tire. Looking real good on that short straight right there. Sets himself up. Oh, catches the pylon just a little bit. We're going to get that reset for you down there. Rusty coming through with a 29.643. 29.643 for Rusty on that one. Back on the line now, I see Cyrus Diaz sitting down there on the pink pig. Grabbing gears on the launch. First gear not enough. Takes it to second to get some mile per hour and get a shot at it. You see that front end dancing off the ground out there. Cyrus hanging off the back of this thing. Cyrus is hungry, man. He's looking to get up in that top 3 right there. Pounding on this thing for everything it's got. This is a home built bike right here, Cyrus. Oh man, Cyrus slides out. Has to jump off. Let's hear it for Cyrus Diaz out here throwing down. God, he was riding aggressive. All over that rev limiter right there, skidding his way through, putting on a show for you guys every step of the way. That is what it's all about out here at Sly Fox Performance Drifter Cross. Brandon Woodhead with a big smoky burnout of a launch right there. Slides his way into obstacle number 2. Back on the gas, chops his way around out into number 2. Look at that thing. The big dyno's ripping. Gets himself around that right-hander out back. Sets himself up for a left right here. Stay on it, stay on it. Let's, oh man. Saves it right there on that one to take it home. Brennan Baptista back out here on the course. The little Sportster throwing down. All over the rev limiter right there. Tire up in smoke, spinning his way around this thing for you guys. Shooting a little bit of parking lot right there. She's coming apart. Parking lot ain't liking the heat either. Brennan comes in, locks it up. Nice, clean left right there. Lays it low and fast. Brennan Baptista. .257 for Brennan on that one. 30.257. You got Chase Smith on the line right now, that twin cam powered FXR. Giving a shout out to the homies for helping him with the twin cam swap in this thing. What a combination. Chase Smith with a nice clean launch, sets himself up here. Chase is loving this course, loves this tight technical stuff. Throws it around right there. Lays that bike way down for that left right there. He is clean on that one there. Sets it out back. Oh, man. Hooked up just a little more than he wanted it to. Needed a little more slide there. Almost looks like the tire's starting to find some traction. Course is ever changing throughout the day. Chase Smith going to ride that one through. Let's put our hands together for Chase. Coming back up to the line now on that great big Road King. Looking like a giant out here. Doesn't help, it's got like a 6'4" mammoth on it. Gabe Scott launching that thing. Gabe looking to keep this thing up on the podium like it was last weekend. Gabe is a very experienced rider, no stranger to DrifterCross. We've seen a lot of stellar riding from Gabe. Ran his first event on a road glide that he's still got at home. Switched it up to the Road King here. Little lighter bike, little easier to throw around. Gabe Scott coming through. Gabe Scott. $26,960 for Gabe on that one. $26,960. Coming up to close out this round and then move us into a 10-minute break. Chandler Olson back out here on this crazy paint scheme Dyna. Oh man, Chandler slides it out in obstacle number 1. Came in, brake locked, making the transition. The bike went out from under it. Let's put our hands together for him. Chandler Olson out there. How about a roller? Let's see it. There we go. All right, you can all do one of those when you leave here tonight, right? Everybody's got that, right? No, you don't. That is nothing close to easy. We're going to roll into a 10-minute break here, let these guys cool down. Let the bikes cool down, catch some water. This is like a day in the gym. You'll get arm pump out here, be locked up, cramping up. This is hell on the bikes, the riders, all of it. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be coming back with more action in about 10 minutes. These guys will be out here beating on them again. All right, DrifterCross riders, let's start getting back towards our bikes. We are coming off of that cool down break. We're going to roll back into the action here at Buffalo Chip Sturgis 2024. If you folks haven't got a spot on that fence, you're going to want to grab one. These guys are hungry. They're looking to throw down, move up into that number one spot, see if somebody can kick Corey Tasinski off the top. We'll see. That dude's hungry. Knocked his own time down a little bit and moved himself a little further up. If you folks get a chance and you want to keep up on the DrifterCross action, go ahead and give it a follow on Instagram, Drifter_Cross, at Drifter_Cross. You can keep up, you can look at the schedule, see if we're going to be in your area, and you can come on out and see all the craziness again. Never know who will get to come out and ride and sign up. We don't have a locked in set of riders. Everywhere we go, it's a different show. Jesse Ryan coming at you right now out of the gate on the Dyna. Concrete Cowboy himself. Stunt riding all over the country, looking hungry right here, looking mean. Hear that thing barking on the limiter, sets himself up. Coming into this left-hander, keeps that front tire tight around the obstacle. Now he's on it. HPI pipe screaming right there. Jesse Ryan looking real good on that one. He has taken a win at one of these before, and he's looking for another. Jesse Ryan putting up a 25.945 right there. Next up, we got Sean Miller on the Sportster, cleaning the tire off a little bit. All kinds of strategy here to this stuff. Nice clean launch, hooked up, gets to that first obstacle as quick as he possibly can. Sets himself up, rolling into number 2 here. Brake is locked, clutch is out. Hear him get that thing up in RPMs, pop that clutch out, get that tire sliding, keep the bike spinning. Oh, misses it just a little bit out back in the Black Widow Investigations corner. Little Sportster sounding good coming on through. Sean Miller with a 28.143 on that. Obviously, a few things he could clean up on that one. 28.143 on that run. Rolling up next on this deep red Dyna, Rusty Carvalho. This thing is looking real good. Rusty's gonna come out here, show us what he's got. Rolling smoke off the tire off the launch, sets himself up into number 1. Rev limiter, tire smoke, twin cam screaming at you people out there. Rolling into obstacle 3, left-handed slide. Beautifully executed on his way out to that big back corner. That's a right-hander out straight into a left. Gets around it, then it's all over. Give that bike every bit it's got through the gate. Rusty Carvalho. 29.660 for Rusty. Pulling up to the line. We've been doing this all over the country. This is still the only pink Harley we've seen. The Pink Pig, Cyrus Diaz. Real men rip pink. Cyrus throwing down out here. Grabbing gears, tire still spinning. Cyrus locked in the zone. Loves these tight technical courses. Sets himself up out back there. Around that right-hander real quick. Cyrus looking very good on this one. That left-handed donut, front end coming up off the ground, eating on the rev limiter. Cyrus Diaz with a 27.031. Brandon Woodhead on the line now. Legend suspension on board of this Dyna. Out here putting on a show for us. First time out at DrifterCross. Gonna learn his way around it. Honing it in as the day goes on. Hear him playing with the throttle there. On off it, chopping that thing. Trying to set the bike just where he wants. We are locked up. Oh, man. Saves it, comes around, lays into the horsepower, grabs the next gear. Brandon Woodhead, 30.258 on that Dyna, 30.258. That good-looking two-tone Dyna. Coming at us now, no stranger to abuse. Brennan Baptiste on this thrash little Sportster right here. This thing gets pounded on every time it gets fired up. Today is no exception to it. Brennan Baptiste sliding his way around out here, throwing down. Brennan got a huge stunt background, a lot of history in the stunt game. Been on everything from sport bikes to Sportsters to baggers, Dynas, you name it, the guy can rip it. Brennan Baptista coming through with a 29.677 for Brennan on that one. 29.677. Chase Smith on the line right now on that twin cam FXR. This is our second time seeing Chase out here. He joined us out in Hastings, Nebraska, got a taste of DrifterCross. Said, this is absolutely my jam. I will be back, and here he is in Sturgis as he promised us then. Sliding around the course right now, gets himself set up for that right-hander. Swings a foot out there for that left, dragging it out. These guys will run through a pair of shoes in a weekend like it's nothing. By the end of it, we've seen bloody toes out here. It's crazy. All in the name of taking home the Sly Fox DrifterCross Championship. A nice run for Chase Smith right there, a 26.444. 26.444 for Chase right there. You see these guys out running around the course. We got a lot of great media people out here on our side, and if you want to see that, follow along on Instagram at Drifter_Cross. You'll see all kinds of media footage these guys are catching, photos, videos, relive the memories. Gabe Scott out here now on the big Road King, swings it into that right real hard, laying it down on the footboard. Swings it out back, that tight corner. Look at him, keeping it nice and tucked tight on that obstacle right there, on the horsepower, out the gate, rolling right through. Gabe Scott, 26.014, puts him up into second. .069 seconds back off of first. 26.014. Good run, Gabe. The first ever AMA Drifter Cross champion on the line now. Corey Tasinski coming at us. Got his Dyna out here. Specific suspension on board. Corey launching that bike, keeping it hooked up straight into obstacle number 1. Lays himself around, sets himself up. Obstacle number 2 underway. That right-hander comes out of it nice and clean. Looking at a real good run here. Corey has shown us some of what he's got today. He's proven he can be fast, he can be clean on this course right here. On it, coming out of the gate here, Corey Tasinski. 25.421. We got a new fastest lap. 25.421 for Corey Tasinski. Came out here to make a statement. Wants to be the first one to win 2 Drifter Cross back-to-back. No, I'm sorry, it'd be 3 for him. He took Daytona. He took Mid-Ohio. He's looking for the 3-peat here in Sturgis. Corey Tasinski. Chandler Olson coming at us now on this Dyna. Wild paint job on this thing. Bike is sticking on him just a little bit out there on obstacle 1. Brings it on down to number 2, slides it. Oh, man. Chandler just not feeling it. Bike almost sounded like it's bogging out a little bit on him right there. All right, so after 1 round of qualifying right there, we got Corey Tasinski sitting atop of the pile with a 25.4. The man on the line now, Jesse Ryan, sitting second place with a 25.945. And sitting third currently is Gabe Scott on the bagger, sitting in that number 3 position right now after 1 round of qualifying. Jesse Ryan out here now, all over the place, laying into every bit of power it's got. Jesse Ryan back out through here. 25.973 for Jesse. 25.973. Keeps him in that number 2 position with Gabe Scott right on his heels. Sean Miller on the line right now. Cleaning off the tire on the Sportster, getting ready for a nice clean launch. Keeps it hooked up, shoots it on down into obstacle number 1. That big left-hander swings it around. He's into number 2, locked up, swung around to the right. Obstacle 3, this left-hander keeps it nice and tight. That little Sportster keep a nice tight radius on a drift. Out back, you hear him crack the throttle, getting the thing set in RPM. Nice tight left-hander for Sean. Through the finish line. Sean Miller putting together a nice run right there with a 26.533 for Sean. 26.533. Rusty Carvalho on the line now, back up here on that dyno. That beautiful red with that, I think it's a 2000 only had that script. On the brake, sets himself up for that right-hander, slides it around, dragon foot. Back at it. Straight shot out to that back Black Widow Investigations corner. All over the horsepower right there. Tires smoking. And it's that drag race finish right here on the rev limiter. Rusty Carvalho coming through. .28551 on that lap for Rusty. 28.551 on that. Real Men Drift Pink, Cyrus Diaz coming at us. Dinah Dix Deals on board. All the way out of California. Nice clean run right there. That launch was great. Out into obstacle 1. Riding this tight technical course right now. You folks on the live feed are getting an onboard view. Getting a feel for this course. Are you dizzy yet at home? This ain't like the couch. You are on board with the Pink Pig. You see him swinging around this place. You're going to hear it on the limiter, grabbing gears, keeping the tire hooked up, front end flying up off the... I think he got to 4th gear there. It's enough to go like 95 on a dyno or something like that. I don't even know. Sending it. Got so caught up in Cyrus getting into highway gear there. 27.514. 27.514. Brandon Woodhead back at us now on this dyno. First time competitor out here this weekend. Sets himself up on that right-hander right there, dragging that foot out back. Brake is locked. Clutch is popped, swinging it left. Lay on that throttle right there, giving it what it's got. Brings it out back for that right. Here we are, just swinging the thing. Letting you listen to it right there. Grabbing gears on the limiter. Brandon Woodhead coming through with a 29.814. 29.814. Brennan Baptista back out here on the Sportster. Show bike of the field for sure. Oh man, slides it out on that second obstacle. Brennan has a little seat real quick, thinks about things, he's back up. Let's put it together for Brennan, everybody. Out here putting it through its paces for you, giving it everything it's got. Brennan's fired back up. Gonna roll his way out here, chalk it up to the game. Well, he'll be back out. Chase Smith back on the twin cam FXR, swapped that bad boy at home with a buddy. This thing is an absolute ripper on this course. Great handling bike, tight course. This thing is loving it right here. See that front end ticket? Oh man, just shy of that one right there. Saves it, picks it back up, runs it through. He knows he's got more than that. Chase will be back. 27.629 on that run. Still not a bad run for Chase. Not what he's looking for, but not a bad run all in all. feast your eyes on the lone bagger rolling to the line right now. The great big Road King. Some of y'all probably rode yours here. Listen to that Bassani pipe ripping out there, getting up in the RPM, that 2-into-1 shouting at you. Slings that thing right through there nice and low. Laying footboards on the ground, scraping them up. Putting this bike through absolute punishment out here for all of our pleasure. Gabe Scott, no rookie to this, taps that pylon just a little bit. We saw him take home a second place finish last week in Ohio. Gabe Scott comes through on this run with a 26.584. Chandler Olson coming back at us now. Wild panel paint on this thing. Gets it up in RPM, sends it launch. Gets out in obstacle 1. Swings his way around it, back on this thing. Brake is locked, sliding on that right-hander. Those rights are tough. Big left-handed donut right there. Shoots himself out to that Sly Fox pylon, sitting out there in the Black Widows Investigations corner. Chandler Olson, everybody. Chandler Olson, 31.832. Getting fired up underneath the Lexington tent. Jesse Ryan coming at you. Gonna get the bike whipped around. Go ahead and get himself up to the starting line. See our media folks getting ready. They know they're gonna see a show out of Jesse Ryan. Jesse looks to his gas tank for a little bit of inspiration. Understandable. Nope, got a call coming in. Big business. Brings the bike up in RPMs. We're gonna see a nice launch out of this thing. Drag race style launch. Front end up in the air. Shoots into obstacle number 2. Lays that bike way low. Nice and tight with the front end tucked into that obstacle right there. Swinging around right here. HBI pipe barking at us. That twin cam firing away. Noses it in real tight, just about displaced the barricade. Jesse Ryan coming through with a 25.879. Jesse's new fastest time, yet still sitting second place to Corey Tasinski. Jesse's chipping away, got a little bit of work to catch Corey. Sean Miller getting the bike ready to launch, the Sportster. Here we are, visor down, Sean Miller underway. Sportster's straight out into obstacle 1. Sean coming at us all the way out of Canada. Got this thing on a mission right here. I think it's got some great big bore kit in it. The Sportster makes pretty good power. This thing is no joke at all. Whipping around that course right there. See that tire plant when he's on it on that straightaway. Here we go to the finish line. All kinds of horsepower, grabbing gears, skidding it through the gate right there. Sean Miller laying down a 26.894. Sean on the Sportster. Rusty Carvalho out here on for us now. Rolling on that beautiful red Dyna. Sets himself up into obstacle number 2. The brake is locked. Clutch is out. Had to chase the bike around a little bit. Saves it. Stays on the thing. Doesn't have to park it. Hear that rev limiter barking out there in that corner now. It's tire smoke, full throttle. Coming out of this drift, we're going to see him lay the horsepower to it. Grabs a gear coming out through the finish gate. Rusty Carvalho with a 29.577. Cyrus Diaz getting some love from the crowd out there. The Pink Pig hammered down, shoots his way out into obstacle 1. We got a GoPro on this thing. The folks at home are getting the live view. They are getting a ride along on this course. For all you folks on the gate, you want to check out this action later on, it'll be posted on the Sly Fox Performance YouTube channel. We are live on there right now with all this action. Cyrus picking the wheel up at not 1 but 2 shifts right there on the way out. Cyrus laying power to this thing, 26.510. 26.510 for Cyrus Diaz. Big smoky burnout for Brandon Woodhead. Got so focused on the launch and the burnout, misses the first obstacle, says, hey, you know what? Let's roll through the gears. Give the crowd a roller. 3rd gear locked right now. Rolling smoke, Brandon Woodhead. Listen to that thing sing up in RPM. Brandon Woodhead said, hey, the run might not have been what I wanted, but I'm going to at least give you folks a show. The smoke hasn't even cleared yet. The people rolling in the gate are wondering what the hell is on fire over there at DrifterCross. Brandon Woodhead's back tire, that's what. Brennan Baptista coming at us through obstacle 2. Gave him a little hang up last time. We saw him take a seat out there, just think about things for a minute, but he is back on it now. Rolling into that far back corner there. Sends it around to the right on the horsepower. Tires spinning, the little Sportster that could. Locked in tight. Now it's a drag race to the finish. Brennan Baptista laying down a nice run. Brennan Baptista with a 29.645 on that. 29.645 on the Sportster for Brennan. Folks, what do you think about Sturgis Buffalo Chip letting us tear this parking lot up and throw down like this out here? We got to give a big shout out to our boys from Buffalo Chip. We said, hey, it's all kinds of action, it's all kinds of fun. You're going to know this happened 6 months from now, though. Chase Smith out here doing his part to mark up the lot. Swings that thing around to the left. Out back, perfect setup into that back corner right there. Executes that nicely, rolls on out here. The FXR handling the course real well. On the rev limiter right at the finish. Chase Smith rolls through with a 26.561 on the FXR. 26.561. Rolling up now, picking a spot on that starting line, Gabe Scott. We see Gabe play with a lot of different strategy out here on the course. Picks different lines, tries different things. He knows you can't get stuck in one frame of mind. Keep on trying the same thing out here if you're looking to improve. Gabe's more than willing to switch things up, try different shots. The big bagger is barking at us. I think it's got a 103 in that Road King. Swapped into that skinny tire frame bike. Laying into it out there. Oh man, just catches it just a little bit. Gabe had to let up on it. Had to ease off of it to keep it from just donkeying over that thing. Thing was getting wild under him there. Gabe Scott, 29.726. Chandler Olson coming back at us, a rookie to drifter course. Oh man, slides it out in obstacle 1. Little slicker than he thought on the line he picked. Bike went right out from under him. See if he gets it fired back up here or if it's mad. Nope, it's running again. It forgives him. Roller time. And that will wrap up our timed qualifying right there. Gonna give it a little bit of a break here. Just a 5-minute break from the action. Get these guys set up and we are gonna move into our competition finals out here at Buffalo Chip. 5-minute break for the riders and the bikes, and then it's into competition. Everything on the line. All right, riders, let's get back to our bikes, and we're going to get the action rolling again. You guys are going to check in with Sean. We're going to switch up the run order a little bit. Sean will be down there to catch you. He's grabbing the list right now. We'll get everybody set in position, and we'll be back underway with action out here at Buffalo Chip, Sturgis, South Dakota. Sly Fox Performance DrifterCross throwing it down for y'all. We are out here to show you what these guys got. Some of the craziest Harley riders in the country sliding around out here for you. All right, if you are in earshot of the DrifterCross compound, you're going to want to get on that fence. We are lining these boys up. We're going to get back underway with more high-revving Harleys, two-step limiters, pounding, tires smoking, bikes sliding. This is our competition final. These guys are going to let it all hang out. There is nobody sitting out there right now that doesn't want to win this deal. These dudes have busted their asses to get out here, get these bikes prepped and ready. A lot of travel time, a lot of time at home in the shop getting things ready. They are out here to give it their absolute best effort, put their best foot forward. right, folks, getting back underway with the action. Brandon Woodhead out here on the Dyna, sending it into obstacle number 1. Slides that thing. Brake is locked. Comes in hot for that second obstacle. Rolling right through. Oh, man, got to keep himself on the bike. Brandon said, this is just not my night right now. I'm going to roll it on out of here. Got a couple more shots at it yet in our competition final here. Brandon, a rookie to the sport right now, coming out here getting a good taste of DrifterCross action. Stoked to have him on board. Some of these guys, huge followings on social medias, and every now and then we roll into a spot, we get someone coming out of the woodwork we'd never heard of, and they absolutely lay it down. Brennan Baptista coming at you now on the little Sportster. Locking that thing in, see that front end dive all over the brakes to nose himself into that obstacle. Sending it around obstacle number 3. Shoots out back to that Sly Fox pylon out there in the back corner. Coming out, tire blazing. Locks it up for that last left-hander, and then it's a drag race finish to the finish line. Brennan Baptista on the Sportster out of California. $29.642 for Brennan. 29.642. Rusty Carvalho coming at you now. Gorgeous Dyna out here. That dark red tin set with that Harley Davidson script font. Looking real good. Rolls into obstacle number 1. Brake is locked. Sets himself for number 2. Runs it to the rev limiter. Brake set. Got to catch your brake markers in this stuff to set yourself up for each obstacle. You see him out back there? Came in just a little tight. Had to give him an adjustment right at the last second. Try and save it. Getting some rubber down on the track. A little bit more traction provides a bit of a challenge for some of these guys out here. You'll see them mix up their lines, try a little something different as the night moves on. 29.715 for Rusty. 29.715. Coming to the line now, we got Sean Miller on the Sportster all the way out of Canada, riding with the Vanishing Ones. Sean Miller, run underway, sends it on down into obstacle 1. It's a nice left-hander, shoots himself back across the course for obstacle 2. That right-hander right there, beautifully executed on obstacle 3. Left-handed drift, sets himself up in that back corner for that sweeping right, rolls it on across the course. Tire spinning, under power all the way through the finish line. Sean Miller with a 26.502. 26.502 for Sean Miller on the Sportster. Rolling with the Vanishing Ones out of Canada, showing us what he's got. Got a couple of boys from Vanishing Ones over there hyping him up. Sean having a good time out here tonight. Who rides pink bikes? Cyrus rides pink bikes. Cyrus Diaz, the pink pig, Dyna coming at you right now. Launches that thing, sends it out into obstacle number 1. Out across the course. Cyrus loves a tight technical course. Dyna Dix Deals helping him get here. Got some Sly Fox performance goodies on board that thing as well. Kicks it out into that back corner. Look at that. Cyrus running this thing like clockwork. Putting together a nice run right here. Beautifully executed. Grabbing gears. Front tire coming up off the ground on that. Cyrus Diaz rolling through the 26.528 for Cyrus. 26.528. Cyrus Diaz means business. Cyrus letting you hear it out there. On the line now, Chase Smith, the twin cam swapped FXR. Beautiful launch for Chase. Sets himself out into obstacle number 1. Chase shooting across the course right now. Obstacle 2, that right-handed 180 drift. Nails that thing, got that one on lock. Chase Smith looking really good out here today. This is his second time coming out and hanging with us at DrifterCross. We are stoked to have him back. He got a little taste of it out in Nebraska. Said there's no way this is the last time you see me. Chase Smith coming through with a 27.061. 27.061. Rolling to the line right now, the great big bagger of Gabe Scott. See a lot of talk about Bigfoot out here in South Dakota. I think we found Bigfoot. We put him on a Road King, brought him out to DrifterCross, and he's throwing down for y'all. Brake is locked, swings that thing around fast. That big back end of that bike flying through that obstacle right now. That silver shining in that South Dakota sunset. What a beautiful painting. Gabe Scott swinging it around on the horsepower for the finish line. Gabe Scott rolling right through there. 27.612, sitting fourth overall right now. 27.612 for Gabe. Looking to get that bagger back up on the podium like he did last weekend out in Ohio. When we got this thing started, some people told us, this is a Sportster game, this is a Dyna game. You're never going to see a bagger up there. Gabe Scott didn't want to hear one word of it. Put that thing on the podium last weekend, showed him what's up. On the line now, Jesse Ryan, Vanishing Ones, Concrete Cowboys, riding this thing all over the country, the Dyna. Listen to that HPI pipe screaming at you. Got a nice tune-up in this thing. Jesse Ryan on a mission out here. Rev limiter, twin cam barking. Got a late model Dyna with that big tire rolling smoke off of that thing out there. Wings it around out in that back corner. Sets himself up. Oh, catches the barricade. Just missed his set point for that. Jesse Ryan going to come through at a 25.90. Sets himself up into first place with that run. 25.90 for Jesse. I got a real good feeling the next guy coming up's got something to say about that. Corey Tasinski giving Jesse a fist bump, saying have fun with that first place. Corey warming up the Dyna back there, brings it to the line. Corey's having fun out here tonight. Moving into competition finals. We saw him sitting first all night pretty much. Let's see what he's got on this run. Corey Tasinski launches the bike out into that sunset, locks that brake, sends that thing around obstacle number 1 into 2. Brake locked, clutches out. RPM coming up, shoots his way out into number 3. Corey Tasinski on his way out to obstacle 4. The Sly Fox Performance pylon in the back corner out there. Makes his way into his final obstacle, that left-handed drift. On the horsepower, runs the bike through the finish line, drag race style. Right before that run, Jesse and Corey were friends. I don't know if that's going to stay that way. Corey Tasinski fires a shot, throws himself into the first place position with a 25.411 to Jesse Ryan's 25.9. That might have been the last fist bump of the night we see for those two. Oh, they've moved on to hugging. Photo ops and family pictures over there. First and second. Parents don't pick a favorite, but DrifterCross does, as long as you're the fastest. Out here we got Brandon Woodhead now throwing down. Brandon Woodhead working on putting all the puzzle pieces together for a good, clean run. First timer to DrifterCross. Takes a lot to come out here and run with some of these big dogs. These guys who are doing this stuff every single weekend. On the line now, we got Brennan Baptista getting the okay from Longhorn out there. Brennan on out to obstacle number 1 on the little Sportster that could. Sends this thing around obstacle number 2. That right-hander is underway. He is out of there. Obstacle number 3 swings it just a little wide out there. That left-hander It's all about the setup and keeping the bike spinning. Sets himself into that number 4. Oh man, the bike grabs, keeps himself off from a high side situation, sends it on through. Brennan Baptista's first run in the competition final here, a 30.221. He's definitely looking to improve on that. Brennan knows what he's got to do to clean it up. We're going to see more from him tonight. Coming back at us, Rusty Carvalho coming at us on that Dyna. Drag race style launch, keeps it hooked up, trying to shave time off this thing. Spinning ain't winning on the straight shot. It's a drag race to the first obstacle. He makes it through clean. Out of that second one, on to number 3. A left-handed donut coming at you, heads his way on out into that back corner, that Sly Fox pylon for a right-hander. Shoots back across the course. Left-handed drift, dragging foot. Now it's time to lay the power to it. Grabbing gears, shooting his way on out here. Rusty Carvalho coming through with a 29.106 for Rusty. 29.106. Sean Miller coming back at us with the vanishing ones. Cleaning the tire off, looking for every little bit he can get on the launch here. It's a tough game because you want to air the tire up to help the bike slide, but if you air it rock hard, it's hard to get traction. These guys work all weekend to find a balancing point on tire pressure, different tire compounds they can try, suspension setups, bike setup, all of it. You'll see guys pull out their tuners, playing around with rev limit options to try and get a little more RPM where they want. Stay off of the rev limiter if they can. Sean looking real good out here. Straight shot on through, letting the Sportster scream. Sean Miller coming through. 26.937 for Sean Miller.
We're just running 1 and 3 runs.
Cyrus Diaz on the course now, rolling into obstacle number 1. Shoots across the track to obstacle number 2. Cyrus, a huge fan of these tight technical courses. Loves to show off the change-up, the skills it takes to jump the splitting all over the place. Very tight technical riding on a course like this. He is through the final obstacle. Front wheel up in the air. Cyrus Diaz runs it on through there on the rev limiter. Cyrus Diaz with a 26.959 moves him into that 4th place position there. 26.959. Back up on the line, Chase Smith, the FXR, the only one in the group tonight. Nice clean launch, keeps it hooked up out into obstacle 1. Out here into obstacle number 2. Chase Smith really showing you folks what he's got. This is a tight technical course. Chase is eating that thing up. That FXR is just loving it. Brings it around, shoots himself out into the final obstacle here. Now it's time to lay the power to it. Chase is full throttle, wide open to the rev limiter coming out of the gate. 26.541 for Chase. 26.541. It's going to put him sitting in the 5th position right now. Gabe Smith back out here on the big bagger. Gabe Scott, holy smokes. I even know the guy personally, screwed it up. Scotty Slides on Instagram, out here sliding his way around on the big bagger. That Road King out here eating up the course with Gabe Smith. Gabe Scott on it, good Lord. picking the front end up off the ground on the bagger for you. Gabe Scott flies through here at a 27.010. 27.010 right now for Gabe. Coming on up here, sitting second place right now, Corey Tasinski's former friend Jesse Ryan out here. Jesse getting a clean spot on that tire, looking for a good launch, get himself out into obstacle one as fast as he can on the Dyna. Look at that front end up in the air on the launch. Sends the thing up into a wheelie, shoots across for obstacle number 2, lays it down. Jesse Ryan looking to knock Corey off of that number 1 spot in our competition finals here. Second of 3 shots at it. Cost himself a little bit out back. Jesse's going to be beating himself up for that one. Oh, no. Oh, what could have been. Jesse was on a nice run until that back corner. Could have probably pulled it together. Let's put our hands together for Jesse Ryan, folks. All the way from Canada to come out here and beat on that Dyna for you guys. If we play the national anthem, it might crank back up. Rob from Legends caught me on that one. Rob's a good dude, great friend. Got Sam from Original Garage Moto out there next to him. Love to see these guys coming out and checking out the sport. Jesse Ryan putting the front end up in the air for you folks, giving you something to enjoy. Corey Tasinski, sitting number 1, pulls up to the line. He was sitting number 1 earlier, didn't even like the time, decided to push that thing even further, and he found even more. Corey's out into obstacle number 1. He's on the brake already into number 2, sliding that bike around, a little bit of smoke trailing off of it, lays that thing down in there, shoots himself out into that back corner on the Sly Fox Performance pylon. Back across, locks it up, left-handed donut right now. Smoke rolling off of the back tire of the Dyna on the power through the finish line. Corey Tasinski, 25.371, lowers his own time, putting more space between him and second place. Corey looking for the DrifterCross three-peat. This dude is an animal. Let's hear it for Corey Tasinski. That was our second chance at competition eliminations. Underway, our third and final round of it right here. This is the last chance to get yourself up on that podium. Brandon Woodhead out here doing everything he can to make it happen for himself. On that Dyna, spinning that thing around. Oh, man. It was looking good till it wasn't right there. Brandon Woodhead, first time out here with us. I bet we see him again. I think he's having too much fun to not come back for this. This is a totally different animal than stunts and a lot. Giving you folks something to look at right there. Brandon Woodhead. Brennan Baptista out here on the Sportster now, sends it out into obstacle number 1, locked up around it nice and clean, sets himself up for that right-handed drift right there. That transition, that's a tough one. You're on the brake pedal and you got to give it up and get that drift going. Brennan Baptista around that last obstacle. Straight shot to the finish line, laying way back on the Sportster. 29.123 for Brennan. 29.123. Rusty Carvalho on the line right now. Rusty with a nice launch right there, shoots himself out into obstacle 1. Sets himself nicely for that right-handed oh, missed the clutch release, missed the drift just a little bit on obstacle number 2. Fatigue may be setting in. This is not easy to come out here and rip these things all day. The arm pump you'll get out of this is insane. Rusty on that right-hander right there looking real good. Twin cam singing on the rev limiter. Rusty Carvalho through the finish line. 30.693 for Rusty on that one. Sean Miller back on the line coming out of Canada. We got friends up there. They come down here to party with us. Sean Miller. Nice clean launch for Sean, putting it together. Sean has made some real clean, nice runs tonight. This is looking like it's going to be another one for him. Sets himself up nice and tight around that obstacle right there. Out back, up on that pylon. Wings it out a little wide to set himself up for the next obstacle. That left-handed drift. Sean coming at us. Sean on all kinds of power. 26.920. 26.920 for Sean Miller. That chaos you hear going on back there is Cyrus Diaz bringing the pink pig to the line. Dinah Dix Deals helping him out. The Hostile Boys crew out of California coming out here to South Dakota to put on a show for all of us. Nice clean launch for Cyrus. Front tire catching a little bit of air as he works his way out there. Bouncing this thing all over the course, keeping it wound up. RPM's high on this run. Beautiful left-hander right there, swings the back end out. Coming around that last pylon out there, shoots into our final obstacle. This last donut right here. Hanging the front end up in the air on the rev limiter through the finish gate. 27.484 for Cyrus, 27.484. Cyrus Diaz still sitting in 4th place out here. Chase Smith on the line now, that twin cam FXR. Beautifully restored machine, twin cam swapped. Good little unit for this here event. Look at that guy go. Out there on obstacle 3, laying it out to the left right there, swinging the tail end right. Sends his way out back that Sly Fox pylon, keeping speed rolling into the last obstacle here. Clutch is out, tire spin and stays on it. Now it's a drag race to the finish line. Chase Smith grabbing a gear. Chase Smith with a 26.457. 26.457. If he can hold him off for the rest of the round. Chase Smith just moved himself up into 3rd place right there. The big bagger back on the track, Gabe Scott. We love to see it. Swinging that thing around, that big old booty on the Road King. Floorboards dragging on the track out there. On the horsepower across the track, sets himself up into the last obstacle. Runs it around, it's a left-handed drift. Front tire dancing with the pavement, comes on through. Gabe Scott coming through with a 26.963. 26.963 for Gabe Scott on the bagger that time. Jesse Ryan back on the line now. This gorgeous Dyna out here. Puts a paint job on it like that, loads it with all kinds of great aftermarket parts to support what the bike does, and comes out here and pounds on it. He's currently sitting 2nd, chasing down Corey Jasinski. Jesse Ryan out into obstacle 1, looking real good. Sends himself around, had a couple hiccups on that last run. He's looking to clean up. Vanishing One's crew out here representing. Jesse Ryan looking good out into that back stretch. Tires smoking, rev limiter barking. Jesse Ryan swings that thing around. It is a drag race to the finish line. Jesse Ryan coming through. 26.904 for Jesse. Not going to catch Corey with that one. 26.904. Corey Tasinski's sitting number 1 right now. Corey clinched it. The DrifterCross 3-peat. Congratulations, Corey. You don't even need to make a run right now, but I bet you do. Nope. Throwing down for the crowd. This is how you celebrate a DrifterCross 3-peat right here. Put that thing on the limiter. Smoke show for the crowd. This is the first man to ever win 3 consecutive DrifterCross events. Daytona, Mid-Ohio, Sturgis. Corey has now done it. He's won all 3. I got a feeling this back tire doesn't have a chance tonight. Corey putting on a show for everybody out there on the fence. Corey Tasinski off the bike looking to burn this thing down right out there on the fence for you guys. Put your hands together. Let's make some noise for Corey Tasinski out here. Giving it, coming at you from Specific Suspensions. Progressives on back. Just threw them on this morning for this event. That rear tire is done. Corey Tasinski, the first man ever to pull off a DrifterCross 3-peat. Daytona Beach, Mid-Ohio, and now Sturgis, South Dakota. Corey Tasinski has won them all consecutively. On the track now, we got a little treat for you. This is a brand new pre-production Buell Super Cruiser, 1190cc motor, 170 horsepower, and it's going to be available for you to buy and get out on the street with. We got Jesse Ryan, our Canadian competitor, on it right now. Jesse putting the front tire up in the air, dragging rear fender on a brand new bike, doesn't even have an owner yet. Jesse's been on this bike maybe 45 minutes worth. And look at him go on this thing. The motor in this thing comes to life at 7,000 RPM and will run with power all the way up to 11,000 RPM. To put it into perspective, the Dyna that Jesse rode out here, he told me it's pretty happy around like 5,000, 5,500 RPM. You just heard an 11,000 RPM burnout on a 170 horsepower bike. You're gonna be able to go out and buy the Buell Super Cruiser. The guys from Buell, huge shout out to them. Super cool to bring a brand new bike out here and tell one of our guys, thrash it, beat the hell out of it, treat it like it's yours or worse. Absolutely nuts. This thing's running a Bridgestone Battle Axe tire on it. We've got baggers out there road racing that run the same tire. It's that sticky of a tire, and you just watch that Buell melt that thing like nothing. Jesse Ryan throwing down out at Sturgis. Grabbing another gear, unloading all 170 horsepower of this thing. This thing is absolutely nuts. Running through with the roller, tearing up the rear tire on the Buell. 170 horsepower. I want to thank everybody, but I want to give you guys an opportunity. If you were a DrifterCross competitor and you want to get out here and go ham and throw down, blow a tire off, we are encouraging it. Let's come on out, give these people a show. Rear tires ain't got a chance tonight. Jump back on them. Let's do a good old DrifterCross meltdown right here in Sturgis. Everywhere we go, we cap this thing off with a meltdown. We let the boys cut loose. You don't have to win this thing to have a good time. This is DrifterCross, Sly Fox Performance, Lexan, Black Widow Investigations, Mint Speed Shop, the Bagger Racing League, Recluse Clutches, Legends on Board, Sly Fox Performance, of course, bringing you all this mayhem. Cyrus Diaz out there throwing down right now. I got Chase Smith out here on the FXR. This is one of our favorite parts of the night right here. Chase Smith, one-handed in that donut right there. Let's make some noise out there on the fence. Sturgis, let us hear you. Chandler Olson firing up the Dyna. Sidestep donut from Chandler Olson right here. Hive crew melting it down out here at Sturgis. Out here with my boy Longhorn for another good old meltdown at DrifterCross. Listen to the mayhem. We got rev limiters. We got tires popping. You will not see a finale like this anywhere else. All right, all right. Eddie, my brother, we got Bassani exhaust in the house. There's a ton of Bassani pipes screaming out here right now. You won't see it anywhere else. These boys come out, they race, and then we let them throw down, get wild. The rear tire ain't got a chance out here. We are getting nuts, getting loose. You folks want to take home a little bit of DrifterCross, I guarantee you stay by that, you're gonna wear it. All right. Look at this, it's flat and he's still going. Still going on a flat tire. We got Kaplan Cycles out here, Kaplan America out here getting in on the action. It's torn up by rubber. It is a full-on meltdown out here. It is chaos. Alex Fox, we pulled off another crazy one. The boys are cutting loose. The world famous DrifterCross meltdown is underway. You saw it here, folks. Sly Fox Performance DrifterCross. Follow it on Instagram at Drifter_cross. You want to see if we come near you? We're going all over the country bringing this mayhem. We're going to let the boys cut wild every stop we can. Chase Smith still having some fun out there on the FXR. Couldn't get himself enough of it. If you are following along on the live at home, we are getting the podium set up. We're going to get our top 3 finishers. We're going to hand someone one wild piece of bling to show off. I need my top 3 finishers. We're going to get the podium set. We're going to hand out some awards. Way to go, everybody. Shout out to all the riders who came out, pounded on it, put it on the line for everybody out here watching. Let's hear it for the boys. Absolute chaos out here. First time some of you guys have got to see riding like that. It's totally crazy. Even drug my wife along to check it out. She thinks I'm a total idiot, I'm pretty sure, but she still came out. We are having a blast out here. We got all kinds of faces. We got Black Widow Investigations in the house coming on board as a sponsor this year. There's no chance they regret coming out and partying with us here at DrifterCross. They love it. We love it. We're bringing action like this all over the country. All right, my podium finishers. Turn that speaker. I need my podium finishers, my top 3. I know I need Corey Tasinski peeking around the corner. I know I'm going to need Jesse Ryan up here. And I need Chase Smith up here if he's done burning it down on that FXR. Check, check. That should work out for us. All right, folks, we are going to wrap up DrifterCross out here at Buffalo Chip, South Dakota. First coming at us, first time coming out, actually competing in a DrifterCross event. Killing it on an FXR out here with a twin cam swap. I need Chase Smith up here, my 3rd place finisher. Chase Smith, come on up, brother. Chase. Man. You got a little taste of it out in Nebraska. You came out here for a full-on competition in Sturgis. You told us in Nebraska, I will be at Sturgis. Here you are on the podium, 3rd place. How you feeling, man?
You know, I'm feeling really good, and I actually had a crazy training tactic. You know, like, instead of practicing so much, I heard there was some Travis Tritt tickets on the line.
It's a great day to be alive. It's a great day to be on an FXR, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But, no, I had a blast, and thank you guys for putting this on. And, yeah, I'll be back.
You think we're going to see you again then?
Yes, sir.
All right, we want to get you back. Obviously, 3rd place, you're hungry, you're looking to move up. Hey, congratulations on that 3rd place finish out here at Sly Fox Performance DrifterCross, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Don't go too far. In 2nd place, coming from the Vanishing Ones, I need Jesse Ryan up here. Jesse Ryan riding for the beast. Jesse, no stranger to DrifterCross. He's won these things before. 2nd in Florida, was it?
2nd in Daytona, yeah.
2nd in Daytona. 2nd place here in Sturgis.
First in the,
won first out at Willow Springs at the very first DrifterCross we ever ran. This was our winner. Jesse, how you feeling today?
I'm great, man. I'm just happy to make it through the event with no injuries and no bike breakdowns and shit. So it's hot as fuck out here. So I can't wait to just chill and have a beer.
Yeah, I was giving you a little trouble firing back up out there. I was starting to get worried. I thought maybe Corey jinxed you or something like that. I don't know. But then I saw you guys hugging, so I knew it was okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we're happy to have you out here again. Looking forward to seeing you again in the future, man. All your endeavors in stunt riding.
Thank you.
Stay safe out there. Stoked to have you.
Yeah, thank you guys very much. Sly Fox, DrifterCross, everybody, you know, Vanishing Ones, Concrete Cowboys, Beast, all my sponsors, all my friends helped me get here. Sick event. I'll definitely be trying to make it to the next one.
All right, we look forward to seeing you again. Jesse, have a good one. I can't believe he pulled it off. The three-peat, 3 consecutive event wins. Also tied up being the first ever AM-made DrifterCross champion. What more is there to say? Corey Tusinski, come on up here, brother. Corey Tusinski. Dude, killer performance tonight. Alex Fox coming out here. Got another DrifterCross belt for you. This one, the Sturgis 2024 Buffalo Chip event. Got that first place plate. Corey Tusinski out here crushing it, man. Walk us through it. How'd it go for you?
It was kind of rough. I actually drove here with no shocks on my bike. They were in Ohio and making their way back and didn't show up. But luckily, Progressive is, you know, on my side, and I've ran in there, and Randy was like, dude, take the shocks on my bike and go. And, like, ran and got a sprocket from Crucy real quick, threw that on, and then, yeah, just made it work. So thank you to those guys and all my other sponsors. And, yeah, it was a ton of fun today. Different course from the last few.
So on a borrowed bike last weekend, shows up this weekend, borrows parts. I don't think you should show up to any of these things with stuff that's all yours. I don't think it's going to pay off for you, dude. This is winning. This is working for you. Keep it rolling. We're super stoked to have you out here. Let everybody know, where can they follow along with you at?
Tusinski512 on Instagram, Corey Tusinski on YouTube.
If you got stuff you want to loan him, he'll probably come out and win with it. Go for it. It's working this far. All right, let me get everybody up here. I need Chase and I need Jesse back up here. We're going to get a little podium photo out here. And Sly Fox Performance DrifterCross at Buffalo Chip will be wrapped up. Corey putting the belt on right now. Why would you wait? You get a big badass belt like that, you're not waiting to put that thing on, dude.
You gotta wear that all night.
And there you have it, folks. There is our podium from Buffalo Chip, Sturgis, South Dakota, Sly Fox Performance DrifterCross. If you guys are looking for DrifterCross merch, need you to head over to the Mint Speed booth over there. Frank's got all the merch you see these guys rocking. Corey Tusinski, our #1 finisher in that Sly Fox tee. Frank's got it over there. You can look like Corey. Then you can borrow him the shirt. If you want to follow along with all the crazy action, the next spot we're going to be riding at is the Four Corners Rally out there in Colorado. Hoping to see these riders make a return. Love to see what we get for riders. Love to see the crowd, and who knows what the course will be. Four Corners Rally. DrifterCross is coming to it next. You want to see another DrifterCross meltdown? Four Corners is the place to be. See some Road Glide boys rolling through. Dinah girls. Dinah's are for drifting.
Who with it?